I'm 24 years old and I feel like I'm pushing 30. Even though I'm not, but it's like
money line, I'ma run it every time. Give me mine, going up, need no decline. Money line, I'ma run it every time. Give me mine.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Tamera. In today's video, you guys can tell by the title, this is a chit chat, get ready with me. We talk about a lot of different things in this video, but we're most importantly talking about my word of the year that I have chosen for myself. Kind of talking about, you know, life in your 20s, kind of talking about my experiences so far in my 20s while I'm in my waiting season, my single season, kind of talking about some goals that I have in mind, just really reflecting on the things that I am wanting for the new year and the things I'm excited about for the new year, and even reflecting on a little bit of 2022. Before we get started with today's video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, join the family. I really appreciate that. Don't forget to hit that notification bell button. That way you're notified every single time I upload a new video. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so I went to Ulta and I got some goodies that I wanted to try out on camera. I got a new foundation. This is not new. This is new for me. I'm adding it to my foundation collection. It is the Tarte Face Tape foundation. This is what it looks like right here. If you're new here, I have sensitive skin, so it's really hard for me to sometimes try out new foundations because I tend to be very sensitive towards them. I've used Tarte foundations before in the past. I have like 2 other ones that I've tried out and they seem to work for my skin, so I decided to get a new foundation. I wanted something that's full coverage that my skin would like, so I'm gonna try this one out. This is what it looks like right here. I got it in the shade Tan Deep Neutral, and that's the same shade that I'm in the other foundation, so I didn't even really try this on my face. I just kind of took a sample and put it on my hand, and it seemed to be fine, so hopefully that's good. I'm going to try that today. I also got me a new beauty blender. This is the Morphe by Ariel. If you know who Ariel is, that is Kylie Jenner's one of her makeup artists, and he has a collab with Morphe. So I got this beauty sponge here. I'm gonna wet this so it can get bigger, so I'm gonna try that out because I love, you already know I have like 3 different Morphe beauty blenders, and it's crazy. I just cleaned these, but they're so stained that like they look clean right here, but they have like some stains on them that just won't come out, but they're clean. It's kind of wet too. I cleaned all my brushes last night. What else did I get? I have a new Morphe brush too that I bought. This is the M453, so I'm going to be using that for my eyeshadow today. I also got me Chestnut by MAC because I can't find mine. I don't know what it is, but I swear it's like these MAC Cosmetics lip liners be walking away. And it's funny because when I bought Chestnut the first time, it was because I lost my cork. Found my cork. I still have my cork. It's just very low right now. So I'm like, let me get me a new Chestnut because I really love Chestnut by MAC. It's really nice. Then I got me a new makeup palette from Morphe. This is the Bronze Meadow palette. I'm gonna open it up. This is what the palette looks like. I think it's pretty. I think it's a nice transition from like the fall and winter time going into like the holidays. We're in winter time now, and then this is really cute too because it's kind of going into like those light colors. I don't know, I think this is really cute. Some nice neutral colors. So I wanted to get me a little palette like that, so we're gonna tap into that today. It's the new year. It is 2023. Can y'all believe it? It is 2023. Where is the time going? Days are flying, months are flying, weeks are flying, and years are flying. And people always talk about how when you get older, just wait till you get older, it's gonna like fly by. And I'm like, I'll be 25 next month. I feel like I just vlogged my birthday, my 24th birthday, and I uploaded on my channel for you guys. Like, I feel like that was just a few months ago, and as of next month, it will be a whole year. I'm gonna take my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I'm just gonna prime my eyes with that. Let me know in the comments down below if you're having a good new year so far. Did you have a good New Year's? Did you have a good 2022? Are you excited for the new year? I am very, very excited for this new year. I really just got this sense of excitement for the new year. I don't know what it is. I'm not gonna lie to you. I usually am not excited for the new year. It just seems like a constant reminder of like time for me. Like, I should be here, I should be there, like look at where they are and I'm not there yet or whatever. Like I used to always be in my head about just time. And growing up, I've always been such a go-getter, such a goal-oriented kind of person. I always plan out everything, and when things don't go exactly how I want it to be planned, it just makes me kind of frustrated that I wasn't able to accomplish a certain goal that I had for myself. I don't know, I just started looking at time. I started looking at my age. I started looking at just so many different things. And I feel like this year I am really learning not to do that. I'm going to hop into that palette that I have here, and I'm gonna use, let me make sure I cover up the mirror. I'm gonna start with the shade first, and I'm gonna apply that to my crease. I really love this color, by the way. This is really pretty. I'm gonna take these two darker shades right here, and I'm gonna apply that to my crease to kind of warm this up just a little bit. Obviously, I am, you know, grateful for each year that I get to see, you know, but I think for me, for a long time, I used to constantly, especially at a younger age, like right out of high school, I want to say, because time just seemed like it flew after high school. And I graduated in 2016, and I remember like just saying to myself, like, I'm getting older and it's really scary, and you know, each year I'm just striving to achieve all these goals, and sometimes if it doesn't happen the way that you know you typically want it to, you just get frustrated with yourself. And I found myself doing that a lot. And so when the new year would come, I would dread it. As soon as the holidays are over and the new year hits, I'm immediately in birthday mode, because my birthday is in February, which is the second month of the year. And so it's like, not only is it a new year, I have another month left before I turn a higher age. And so I used to get anxiety. I want to do all these things. I know I'm going to, but it's like, when is it gonna happen? I want to do it now. And growing up for me, I used to always set dates for myself based off of age. And there's nothing wrong with setting dates for your goals. Nothing at all. You're supposed to write down your goals. You're supposed to set, you know, certain dates for yourself, especially if they're like goals that are really within your control that you could achieve, like really simple. Like, hey, I want to pay off my car by this date, or hey, I want to go to the gym and lose this amount of weight by this day. Like certain stuff like that, you know, it's understandable. But I feel like for me, I would put, I don't want to say unrealistic goals on myself, but just certain goals where it's like, okay, by 25, we're gonna be married, we're gonna be building our dream home, we're gonna be booming in our career, you know, our man's gonna have his thing going on, you're gonna have your thing going on, and we're just gonna be building this empire, right? I turn 25 next month and I've never been in love. You get what I'm saying? You know, I feel like this year is opening my eyes a lot more to certain things, just because I've always said by 25 I want to be here, 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 here. And there's just certain things that just hasn't happened for me just yet. Not saying that it's not going to, but it just hasn't happened yet. I'm learning to be more gentle with myself and not just put all these expectations on myself to the point where it's like, if I don't do it, I feel like I'm just going downhill in my life, when it's not even the case. Because I feel like where I am right now is exactly where I prayed for. And if you really think about that, think about your life right now, just the certain things that you have, like the job you have, the car you have, you know, where you're living, the friends you have, people in your circle now. Like, there's just certain things that I look at, I'm like, wow, like I prayed for this, and I have the nerve to just constantly, you know, go to God. If you don't believe in God, skip this, you know, but I do. Whoever you believe in, I will go to God and just question, like, okay, when's it gonna happen for me? I feel like I'm doing everything right. When is this gonna happen for me? When is it? You know, I want it now. And if it doesn't happen the way I want it to happen, I get frustrated with myself, and then I just get into this funk, and it's just like, no, why am I doing that to myself? You get what I'm saying? I love this brush, by the way. This is a really nice brush. Like, I feel like it's really blending everything seamlessly, and I don't know, I really like this a lot. I should have been got this. And again, this is the Morphe M453 brush. I'm gonna hop into this shade right here again and apply that to my lid. I feel like social media also plays a huge role in people like me in their early to mid 20s, seeing everybody just being where they want to be, or, you know, not everybody, because not everyone is exactly where they want to be, but seeing certain people who are around your age or even younger than you just at a certain point in their life where you always wish you would be, and because you don't have it at the time that you want it and they have it earlier than you, you look at yourself like, okay, what am I doing wrong? You know? And I feel like I kind of got myself into that mentality a little bit, and I try so hard to not compare myself to others because I don't want to be like a certain person. Like, I get inspired by people a lot, but I don't say to myself, oh, I want to be just like her. I don't say that because I know there's only one Tamera, just like how there's only one you, and I'm satisfied with who I am. However, I've always been someone who has been very goal oriented, looking for what's next, and you know, setting goals for my life and making sure that I am doing everything that I can to reach those goals, because that's what keeps me going through the day. Setting goals keeps me going. I love feeling very productive, and there's nothing wrong with having days where you're not being productive either. Nothing wrong with that at all. Everybody needs a chill day, but for me, what keeps me going is always staying productive, whether it's with my career, my YouTube channel, life in general, just anything that, you know, I want to do. That's what keeps me going. So I'm going to take this shade right here and apply that to my lid. This year, I want to stop always putting pressure on myself about where I should be in life instead of enjoying where I am, because they always talk about how, like, you know, in your 20s that's supposed to be like the best time of your life, you know, like you're just out there living your life, working on your career, you're dating, you're doing all these different fun things, creating memories. I feel like I have my moments where I'm just living my life and having a good time, but I mainly have just been focused on my career a lot of the times. I choose to have fun when I want to have fun, but I'm essentially always just kind of working on my goals and just trying to be better and work on where I want to be at in life. And I feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself when it comes to that. I listen to a lot of motivational stuff, a lot of positivity kind of videos, and they just always talk about wake up at 5 a.m. Be productive throughout the day, making sure you make every single day count. Work your hardest and set these goals and just do all these different things. So I've always had that mentality, and I love that about myself. I love it. But at the same time too, they don't talk about, you know, all right, when things don't go your way, don't give up. Yeah, don't give up. But the mental side, when in reality, everything is God's timing. You can work so hard on this one thing or multiple things, but if God doesn't want you in that certain place right now, but he'll make it happen for you, but just not right now, that's okay. Yes, you made that goal and it didn't happen the way you thought it would. Yes, you decided to put yourself out there and date, and that person that you thought it was going to work out with didn't work out. That's okay. I'm trying to work on not worrying. Because something didn't work out the way you thought it would, that doesn't necessarily mean it won't happen. It's just that you're not ready for it right now. Everything is God's timing. Okay, I did my lashes off camera because I was not about to do that while also trying to talk to y'all at the same time. It wasn't gonna work out. So I'm gonna be taking my Face Tape foundation. Like I told y'all, I'm in the shade Tan Deep Neutral. And it's so cute how like this looks just like the Tarte Shape Tape concealer, but it has like a little pump, so that's cute. Let me start with a little bit. Just start with like that much. It's really runny too. That seems good. Yeah, that seems good. I like it. So back in 2020, I remember that was the year when I was listening to this podcast and they talked about how you should find a word every year and make that your word of the year. And whatever it is that you want to work on in your life that year, have that correspond with the word you choose. Last year, my word of the year was worth. I felt like that was something I really wanted to work on. My word of the year this year, you guys can already tell, it is patience. Patience is the word that I'm choosing for this year. I'm going to be using that sponge that I showed y'all earlier. Oh, this is really soft. If there was a way you could track what word you said the most last year, mine definitely would be why. Why? I kept saying why a lot, just in certain scenarios that I was going through. I don't want to make it seem like last year was like a horrible year, because last year was not a horrible year at all. I traveled, I got monetized, like there was a lot of different things that I checked off on my goals list last year that I was able to achieve. So I'm really grateful for that. But there are just certain things that I was coming to God about in my life that I wanted to happen that just wasn't happening the way that I wanted it to, which essentially was making me very frustrated with myself, with him. And instead of saying to myself, you know, Tamera, just be patient, I just kept saying, well, why? Why did this happen? Why? I did everything right. Why? Why? And because I noticed that with myself, and I noticed how stressed out I was at times and how sad I was at times, I really want to work on being patient. I feel like God has me in a waiting season, and in your waiting season is usually when your faith is tested the most. I was listening to a sermon by Pastor Michael Todd. If you don't know who that is, I'll insert a clip of him.
Reason that you wait is because the promise that God has for you is usually discovered in the process. And the process will always require patience.
And I love listening to Pastor Mike because he is a pastor who is around like people in my generation's age. Like he's in his 30s, but he's a younger pastor. He relates to a lot that we're going through. He knows the lingo. Like he is someone that I can listen to and be like, okay, you understand, like you get how life is today. I remember in one of his sermons, he was just talking about how the power of being patient in your waiting season and how your faith will be tested and how it's important to give it all to God and not be so in a rush, and know that whatever God has for you will never ever miss you. And I feel like I've been really trying to tell myself that, remind myself of that more, because it's true. Like if God wants you to be somewhere at a certain time, he'll make sure it'll happen. And no matter where you are in your life, no matter what choices that you make, if he wants you with this man, but you're in this relationship with this man that he doesn't want you to be in, he'll make sure that you get to that other man. It may not happen in the time that he originally wanted it to happen because you got yourself caught up in a situation he didn't want you to be in the first place, but you did. So you're learning, you're in that stage, but that other man that he wants you to be with, he will come because he wants you to be with him. I'm going to be taking this blush, cream blush, and I'm going to apply that to my cheeky cheeks. I remember I came across this quote that essentially was saying something on the lines of, when something is so beautiful, it cannot be rushed. So whatever it is that you want in life that is so precious and so perfect for you, because life isn't perfect, but whatever God has for you, it will happen at the perfect time. And it's something that's so special, meant specifically for you, that it takes time to happen. It can't just be given to you, and you have to also put yourself in the position to be able to receive whatever it is that is meant for you. And if you're in a certain stage of your life where you're just distracted, where you're just not even in the best mindset, God is not going to give it to you because he knows you're not ready for it. Okay, I'm going to be taking my MAC Studio Fix powder. I know I need a new one because it's getting low. I'm gonna apply that all over my face. Yeah, so while I am in my waiting season and in my single season, I think it's really important that I continue to work on my goals and continue to grow. I'm excited to continue to work on those things because I definitely see my growth, especially like on my channel and just in my life in general. I feel like I'm learning and growing as I'm entering my mid-20s. Or I'm already in my mid-20s, I guess, or I'm definitely about to be next month. And work on just me and work on being able to put myself in the position to receive all the things that I want and all the things that God has for me. That's really a lot of things that Pastor Michael Todd was saying, was while you're in this season, learn you, get yourself together, take yourself out on dates, you know, learn you, treat yourself the way that you want to be treated by a man, work on that career, get that career going. And in the midst of all that, when you're ready and at the right time, God is going to bless you with exactly what you need. He's going to bless you with the things that you desire because God already knows your heart. He knows what you want. Even when you constantly remind him, he already knows. He knows. He just knows that the timing of it may not be exactly how you want it, and that is okay. I'm learning that, and it's so crazy because when I came across wanting patience to be my word of the year, I was on TikTok, and I kid you not, this happened. Before I tell y'all about it, I'm taking my MAC Studio Fix powder again. This is in the shade NW45. I came across this TikTok. It's a skit where the girl is playing herself and she's also playing God. And she uses this analogy of washing the dishes as being the power of being patient, basically. So the girl gets ready to go downstairs because she's really hungry and she wants to make dinner by a certain time. So she goes downstairs. She needs this one specific pot to make her food in, and it's dirty. And she asks God, she's like, God, do you mind washing these dishes for me? Like, that would really help me because I really need this pot so I can make dinner tonight. God's like, okay, don't worry about it. I got you. I'm gonna wash the dishes. And she notices that God doesn't immediately get up and wash the dishes for her after he said he would. And she's like, so you're gonna do it now or like later? And he's like, don't worry about it. I got it. I'm gonna wash the dishes. She's like, okay. So time goes by and she's like, I thought you were gonna wash the dishes for me. It'll really help me out. I'm trying to eat by a certain time. It's getting a little late and I really want this pot clean because I really want to make dinner right now. God says, I heard you. I said, I'm gonna wash the dishes. Don't worry about it. The dishes will get done. You will be able to eat dinner tonight. She's like, okay. More time goes by. And essentially, she does exactly what a lot of us do when we are being impatient. She says, that's okay, God. Don't worry about it. I'll do it myself. And God's like, but I said I was going to do it. She then explains why she wants what she wants right now rather than trusting his timing. And so she's like, I'm really trying to eat by a certain time. The pot I want is really dirty and it'll be too late if I don't start cooking right now. And then God's like, you asked me for help. I'm going to get it taken care of. You will eat dinner tonight. Don't worry. And she's like, okay. Going back into this palette, I'm going to take these 3 shades again and apply that to the bottom of my eye. She gets a text from her friend. Her friend says, hey, I went by this restaurant and they ended up giving me extra food. I want to come by and bring you some. So she looks at God and he's like, and then she gets another text from the same friend who's like, oh, also, the food was free because they ended up making extra food and they gave it to me for free. So I want to share it with you. So then she looks at God again. She's like, I don't have to wash the dishes to make dinner for myself tonight. And God's like, you do not have to wash the dishes to make yourself dinner tonight. And she's like, my friends are gonna come by and bring me food. And he's like, your friends are gonna come by and bring you free food. And you're also gonna have some left over for the next day. It was so funny because in her caption of the TikTok, she's like, this has nothing to do with washing dishes. And I saw that and I was like, I hear you, God. I hear you. He already knows the outcome of everything. And it's like, when we don't see it, we lose faith. And I know God be looking down on us and being like, if only you knew why I had you wait. You will know, but you just don't see it right now. And that's okay. But it's like, if you don't wait, this is going to happen when I want this right here to happen. That's so much better than that. But you're settling for that because you can't wait. You're so impatient. But if only you just wait just a little longer and trust me, you will understand why I had you wait, because now you're living this kind of life. I'm going to be taking the Make It Revolution highlighter in the shade, what shade is this? Raise the Bar. Yeah, I really want to share that TikTok skit with you guys because I know a lot of people that watch me are around my age. I know typically people around my age, this is a common thing for us right now. We're in our waiting season. I really want to constantly remind myself this year to be patient and to not rush the process. I feel like it's so important right now that us as women and people who are in their 20s or even men, just to focus on warping ourselves into the woman that we want to be or the man that you want to be. Utilize this time to do all that. And it's crazy because sometimes I feel like I act as if I'm running out of time, which every day is not promised. So there's that. But it's like, I'm 24 years old and I feel like I'm pushing 30, even though I'm not. But it's like, I think like that, you know, and I feel like a lot of us think like that. I feel like a lot of us are wanting to be somewhere at a certain time as if we're running out of time, when instead we need to look at it like what God has for us will never ever miss us at all. As much as I want the things that I want, like badly now, I do recognize and understand that it is a process for a reason, and it's something that I do not want to rush. And I'm okay, well, at least learning to be okay with where I am right now, because where I am exactly right now is what I have prayed for. And so learning to change my mindset in that way has really helped me, and I feel like it's going to really help me a lot this year, and really continue to focus on warping myself into the woman that I want to be, because I know my future self is rooting for me right now. Your future self is rooting for you right now, and keep going no matter what, and be more gentle with yourself. If things aren't turning out the way you thought that it would, or if that person didn't work out that you thought it was going to work out, or if that career that you've been wanting isn't working out the way you want, things happen for a reason, and it is okay. I'm going to be taking my Chestnut by MAC and lining my lips up. I'm going to be taking my Morphe lipstick in the shade Virgin. Okay, I'm gonna get dressed and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm dressed. I just have on this really cute sweater top right now that you can see. But yeah, this is the end of today's video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed me talking to you guys about my word of the year and just different things that I want to work on as a person, talking about patience, and even sharing that TikTok story with you guys. I feel like a lot of us who are in our early to mid 20s are kind of going through the same thing right now. It's such a weird age. Some people have it together, some people don't have it together. Some people are married, having kids. Some people are just single and just in their waiting season, their single season, working on the career. So I want to share this story, especially if you're just like me. You're not alone. Just like how I mentioned earlier in this video, whatever is meant for you, whatever God has for you, it will never, ever, ever miss you. Even if you're on a certain path right now that He didn't really want you to be on, it's fine. At the right time, God's timing, He will give you everything that you need, and what your heart desires. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed today's video, and also let me know down in the comments what your word of the year is. Don't forget, because I would love to know, and pick one if you haven't chosen one. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video.